Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Island Renovation. This is episode 4. And I realized last episode I forgot to mention that I added lanterns underneath our bridge, and I think they look so good. Especially at night, they look so cool. And just having them at different heights is so nice. I don't know what he's all about, but just having I don't know. They just look so great. I love them. And I did not realize that I didn't say anything about them last episode. It was kind of an in-between episodes between 2 and 3. So, also, oh my god, it jumped off. Okay, well, sure. I hope that you enjoyed that little intro time lapse. I thought that was pretty cool, and I think we made something even cooler. I love that design of the pale wood with the pale moss and the regular moss in the middle, creating these weird squares and tiles. The only problem is here, let me just go down there for a second. If we look at where the spruce trees have grown, the podzol takes over all of the moss, which I thought it wouldn't because I didn't think podzol took over moss, but I clearly was mistaken. So I'm actually going to get rid of you and you. And I'm just gonna, I think I'm just gonna have them like that. If I grow them like this, will they naturally grow? I don't know why I'm asking you. You can't respond until this is posted. But despite that little mishap, I think this is actually a really cool looking area. And this isn't gonna be just this flat area with this floor design. I'm gonna have sort of like a greenhouse building on the outside. And I kind of like the idea of keeping it this sort of monochromatic, sort of black and white or grayish colors, or I guess pale. I don't know why I didn't just say pale. Just because it is the most recent wood type and I've never played with this wood, and I think it's really cool. I think it's one of the most different wood types have been added other than the nether trees, obviously. This is a tall tree. Oh my gosh, how high does this go? Are you done yet? Jeez. Look. Dude, this is like the tallest spruce tree I've ever seen. I've got each type of tree growing right now. I have, or at least each type of tree that I have, other than oak. I don't care about oak and birch, but we've got the pale wood. I keep almost calling that creaking wood. It's not creaking wood, but honestly, I think I'm gonna call it creaking wood. So we have the creaking wood, we have the spruce wood, we have the jungle wood, dark oak, acacia, another acacia, and cherry. Now, the problem with this setup, with this little layout, is that not all of these trees are 2 by 2s. So what I was thinking is that I have sort of a side area over here with singular trees. But honestly, I don't think that's too important because I don't know, this isn't an AFK tree farm. I have to actively be going in, planting them, bone mealing them. So the ones that I want, I can just do it like this. I can have singular ones. It doesn't have to be even on the moss. Oh, sorry. So if it ends up being a problem, then we can work on it. But I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. What is a big deal is this. I gotta fix you. Alright, looking back, I totally forgot to transition into this time lapse, but I went and gathered some resources, which included about 35 stacks of glass, which was not fun, seeing how I had to find a desert near me, which there is not a desert near me because I'm on an island. I gathered a ton of resources, and soon you'll see the wood that I gathered, which was a lot longer than shown in the video, but, you know, that's fine. Anyways, let's make this greenhouse. Look at that. That is just, that is such a cool sight. Seeing all the different trees in this greenhouse makes it look so cool. And I actually have a couple more ideas that I want to do for this greenhouse. So on the inside is a little chaotic, but obviously when we're growing trees, we're not going to have all these different kinds at once. We're only really going to use this tree farm for specific wood types at a time. So it's not going to be looking this chaotic. So over here we have the warp fungus, since we have the warped trees right here, and on the other side I do have the set of chests for the crimson fungus. We have creaking oak, we have dark oak, jungle. I wanted to keep the double, or the, what is it, 2x2 saplings together, even though oak is kind of splitting it from spruce, but that's okay. Then we have oak, we have birch in the middle. I thought those might be the most common ones that I'm using, or the most basic trees at least. We have spruce, cherry, acacia, and crimson. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't know what other trees I'm missing. I'm not gonna put azalea trees in here because it's just oak. What other wood types do we have? Mangrove, propagules. I think that's how you spell it. Now the way these chests are, I have the saplings on the bottom, and then I have all of the logs up top. And this is actually going to be our main log storage. So I'm not going to have any logs up there at our base. I'll have wood items, you know, like crafting tables, sticks, and stuff. But I really think it'd be so cool to have different areas around the island for the different items that we need. Maybe keep them a little close together. I'm not going to have an area all the way over there for an iron farm on the other side of the island, because that's just wasting time. But having this little greenhouse hold all of our wood, I think that's kind of cool. I added some support up at the top. I don't know. I actually added it in after I grew these trees, so I don't know if it's gonna let me grow trees with that in place, and if not, I'll just take them down. I also added some lanterns on these little areas that kind of go down. I thought it looks pretty cool. That goes all the way around, so we have some right over there. But those don't actually light up the ground. So in the middle of the tree farm, I have these lanterns on the floor, and then on the walls, I have these little light fixtures just kind of going around. I have some over there as well. Let's see. There's one right there. And I think this place is really coming together. The final thing that I want to do here is I actually want to turn this entire area. Let's see, how big is this? I think this entire section of, maybe this entire island right here, because this is pretty decently separated. I think we could turn it into an entire creaking forest. That was, I think, the grindiest thing I have ever done in Minecraft, and that says a lot because I've built mountains. I could not tell you why I continued doing this after bone mealing the first couple pieces of moss and realizing just how difficult that's going to be. But nonetheless, we got it done in a measly 4 days. Easy. I also found a zombie villager while I was working on this whole area and thought I'd bring him in and cure him. That also means I, for some reason, decided to go to the nether, find a nether fortress, kill blazes, get some potions, and then cure the villager. So thinking about it, yeah, it makes sense why this took 3 days. But of course, his name is Fletchinson. Or, wait, what did I name him? Fletcherson. Okay, my bad. And in order to get all of these saplings, I had to grow so many of these creaking oak trees. I don't think I'm gonna need creaking wood for the rest of this world. And I only have 34 more saplings to show for it. So, really good. I also think um I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. It's nothing personal, but I don't have a great computer. I mean, there's a lot of chickens. There's a lot of you guys. I promise you didn't do anything wrong. I just only so much I can take. Yeah. Let's keep it to just you. Just you only. Let's yeah. I did upgrade some tools while I went and searched for that nether fortress. I came across a bastion, which was very nice enough to have a lot of netherite. So I was happy about that. I've also installed an iron door because Smithinson would not stop being a pest. There's a couple new villagers in our area, actually, now that I think about it. There's only one, and he's down underneath me. But there's also the one over at the greenhouse, but he's in a different area. Anyways, while we let those grow, since this is technically an entirely new area that we've created, I thought maybe I could put a renovations board here. Oh gosh. I thought somewhere in this area, close to the greenhouse, maybe this little opening here. We can clear out this tree or, I don't know, somewhere. How about right here? We'll put our renovations board right here. And since we are in the Pale Garden, we should probably make it out of creaking wood. There we go. Now it sort of looks normal. Now let's build this renovations board. I do wish it was not so rainy, but we'll manage. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, I've added a couple of ideas. Nothing too crazy. I thought, we already have the greenhouse. I thought I might as well put it on there as like a completed one. I think this is probably a good second task. After what just happened, I feel like maybe some lanterns hanging off these top logs could look nice. I want to make a bridge from here over to the swamp, and I know I did just add these droop leaf little parkour things, but eventually I do want boats coming in to the island, and I think these would kind of get in the way. So if we had a bit of a taller bridge going over like that, we could have space for the boats to go. Maybe we could have some sort of canal that can kind of lower them in. I don't know. I also thought a resin farm could be cool here. I also don't say anything about these dirt blocks. Maybe I'll fix them someday, possibly. But I think a resin farm somewhere over here could be pretty cool because I don't want to fill up this space as much as I can. And I think a resin farm, even though it is a farm, and I did say in a previous episode that I do want my farms to sort of be hidden, I think a resin one is pretty fitting for this area. I hate how green the grass is here compared to in the Pale Garden. It's so much grayer. Now, mind you, this is a taiga biome. It is not a Pale Garden, it's a taiga. But the grass is more fitting here than it is there. I also started making a little bridge right here. I thought it could be cool maybe to have some supports and like a thing going down in the middle. Could look cool. Could look nice. And maybe some trails around this area just to kind of lead us through the biome, give us some more color other than the pale moss and a little bit of green we have here. Just because getting around this area is easy because it's small, but if it was a lot bigger, having all these repeating colors and everything blending in would just be so confusing. So maybe we can add some paths. This is so much better. It looks, if I take off my shaders, oh, okay, I just turned on my shaders. But just walking through this forest, now that there's no spaces for mobs to spawn, is so much nicer. Typically these forests are dark on purpose, but seeing how this is our... I hate tall grass. Seeing how this is our personal custom pale garden, I think I can do whatever I want with it. Okay, there's one more thing that I want to do in this episode, at least for this area. These lanterns, they look good, but I think they could look a lot better. I think we can make them blend in a little bit more. If you remember in my wildlife series, I made the lanterns in our cherry village pink. I made them cherry. What if we could make the lanterns here pale? So right over here, I've got a little contraption that I think might work. I haven't tested it because, I mean, this is a scary block. I try to stay away from these. But if I put the lever here and I flick it, has anything changed? Oh! Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. Oh, these are so cool. It did work. Now, I do have a creaking running around. Oh, no. So, I guess he's going to be permanently there if we want these lanterns. But, yeah, this looks so much better. This looks so, so, so cool. Now, unfortunately, this does mean that any other place that I put these lanterns in the world, they will also be pale lanterns. But, you know, I think that's fine. I think that's okay. What do I do about him? I guess he's just forever here. Okay, I'm just gonna back up. But even in this area, having these lanterns looks so nice. Also, this jungle tree does not want to grow, and it's making me really sad. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sleep and get that creaking out of here. Next up, I want to change up my gear a little bit. I want to have some fun little patterns on them. So you know what? We're gonna use the only armor trims that we have and see what we can make. Okay, I did full resin for everything. How do I look? Oh, I look fantastic. I look fantastic. We are snazzy. We look great. And with all that done, I think it is a great time to end this episode. I've worked on this for about a week. I mean, a little bit over a week. This took a lot longer than I thought. I spent a whole day working on planning that greenhouse. I went through like 2 or 3 designs. I spent way too long getting the resources to build it and then actually building it, as well as creating this entire forest. But I think it was worth it. I think this is such a cool place. Building your own biome, even if it is just a normal vanilla Minecraft biome, but making it yourself is weirdly fun and relaxing. I think maybe eventually I could add some taller trees. We can have like some weird statues in there. There's one more thing that I gotta do. We've got to add all these things to our renovations book. So, what have we done? We have built the tree farm greenhouse. We've made a custom pale garden. And we also made that pale lanterns contraption? Pale lantern machine. There we go. Oh, we also made a pale garden renovations board. Hey, that's pretty good. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to please leave a like on this video. And if you have any ideas for this pale garden on what we could add or really anything else for this island, leave a comment, let me know. I would gladly take suggestions. This is a big island, so, you know, I'm open to anything. If you really enjoyed, then maybe consider subscribing. That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty nice. I'd appreciate that. and I will see you guys in the next video. Welcome back to Island Renovations. This is episode. What the hell?